Yeah, what's up, guys? And today I'm gonna be talking about why state governors don't pay salaries. Let me hint you. The major point is that state governors don't pay salaries for political reasons. No other thing, no other buts, no other maybe because there's no money is a lie. Whenever the state governor is saying there's no money to pay salaries of workers, right? They are always spending billions and billions and multiples of billions on projects and some other things apart from paying salaries. And one thing we have to know is that paying civil servant salaries to what's the name? It's like a poverty alleviation program, if we are not going to lie, because the civil service at the state government level is not really generating too much a lot of revenue to the state government. I'm not talking about the people who are working at the revenue service or the revenue bodies of the state government, right? But let's look at the public hospitals. Let's look at primary and secondary schools. These institutions, these bodies, they gulp a lot of money, right? But they gulp in a lot of money, and it is not because the state governments don't have money to spend on them or to pay their salaries, as a matter of fact, right? But the point is that the association of these civil servants are being political, and a lot of politicians, I used to say this to a lot of people. Politics is a hustle for most politicians, right? You can't come to that is like I'm selling akara now, right? And you are not buying akara from me, and you expect me to be giving you nylon for the akara you bought from someone else. No. It is like that is how they reason. I'm not saying that means it is proper for them not to pay salaries. No. What I'm saying is that is how most politicians reason. They think the high population of civil servants make them see paying salaries as a poverty alleviation program, and whenever that is why a lot of governors, whenever they are having issues with the state workers, what are they going to do? They are going to start accreditations, checking and screening again all the certificates and certifications that were used to employ them. And that was done several times in several states. It was done in Osun State. It was done in I think it was done in Osun State during Arabia's time. It was done in Oyo State during Ajimobi's time. Living in Oyo State, I'm a living witness to that. It didn't happen to me, but I see that enough, and I see it. I could see it clear. I'm not here to blame any one of them, right? But the point is that I'm only trying to let people know that Nigerian Union of Teachers, Nigerian Union of Doctors, Nigerian Union of Workers, and all these bodies, all these workers' bodies, they get political. And at the state level, whenever they join hands with some other political bodies, of course, what do you expect the governor to do? The governor is going to stab them with their salaries. And that was what happened in Oyo State during Akala's time. We all knew. That was what happened in Oyo State during Ajimobi's time. The reason why I used to cite Oyo State is because and this happens in every state. It's happened in Lagos. It happens everywhere. Ondo State, Akeredolu and his workers, Fayose and workers back then as well. Who else? It happened to almost every one of them. They owing salaries here and there. Why? Because the workers' associations, they are conspiring against the government. They are conspiring against the incumbent power. If you can conspire against the incumbent power, if the incumbent power also use his own powers against you, you shouldn't mind. You shouldn't cry about it. Not only that, as well, that's the number one thing. That's the number one thing I want to clarify. And my advice to any civil servant out there. So sorry, before I go to that advice to the civil servants, is that I want every civil servant to know that the leaders of their associations are the ones responsible for most of their problems, and not the politicians. I tell this to a lot of LAUTECH students, right? Even though Ajimobi did the wrong thing, right? But I think a better approach from the side of the LAUTECH students, right, and the LAUTECH workers could have solved the situation. But it was a political situation, right, where the people who were heading LAUTECH ASU were being instigated against the Ajimobi's administration, right? And Ajimobi too agreed compatibility. He was also fighting them. Instead of systematically fighting them, he was fighting them blindly, without setting any social or political traps for them. It was just, trashing them down by not paying their salaries. And you think that is going to do anything? Of course not. He hurts himself, by the way. But the point is that every civil servant should know that every civil servant who belongs to an association should know that the decision of their association relies on the leaders of that association, right? And whenever their association, the leaders of those associations are instigating the union against the incumbent power, the incumbent power will also retaliate. And whenever they are retaliating, I want you guys, any civil servants, to know what is going on. Realize what is going on. Don't just go blindly and start blaming the governor is there. The governor, no. Okay? Handle your situations personally. Know that these people, the leaders of those associations, they are like your leaders as well. I think they are even worse. I think they are even worse than people in partisan politics, people that are elected into offices in the state. So what my advice to every civil servant out there is that every civil servant should join a political party, because the leaders of the association who are telling you we will go on strike, we will do, and they are going on strike 8 out of 10 times because of the affiliations and the instructions they got from a political party or a political body or a political figure who is giving them money to antagonize the incumbent that is paying their salary. So since they have decided to take money and be going on unnecessary strike, you too join a political party, so that when they are distributing money at the ward level and the leaders of your workers union, teachers union, whatever union, they are having scuffles with the state government while their own pocket is filled and other workers are starving off in their homes, you will be at the ward level or at the local government level collecting some money. You would think, oh, that is crazy, that is not proper. That is how economy runs. That is Nigeria, okay? Nigeria is a kind of crazy country, okay? So if you want to survive, you have to be crazy. Look, this is Nigeria. Nigeria is not normal. You can't be normal. Life is tough. Nigeria is tougher. So if you want to get past other people, you can't be normal. You have to be mad. Okay? So if you are a civil servant or you know any civil servant, advise them to join politics. Join politics, elect the leaders that you want, and if the leaders start failing, of course, no matter what, they distribute money at ward and local government level. Okay? If your day job that you are doing for the government is not paying, as a result of some political scuffles and tussles that the leaders of your union and the leaders of the state are having, which wasn't for your best interest but was painted like as if it's for your best interest, everybody is just fighting for their own pocket. You too try to sneak yourself into a political party, or you contest, or you shrug your shoulders with the leaders of the party so as to become the leaders of the union and become a workers union or labor union official. And if you can't become that, go and join a political party. Whenever they are distributing money at the local government level, you to be taking your money instead of starving off at home. Somebody can't be mobilizing a union against the people who are going to starve you after they have collected some bribes from other people. Okay, so that's my advice to them. I'm not saying that I'm not qualifying the Nigerian governors to be what's name, but those ones, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is to go on strike and protest. So that is something you can do about your labor unions, and make sure you try to be smart about it.